Welcome back, everybody, to Cold Email Accelerator, brought to you by Mistrika, where we're all about turning those cold emails into hot business deals. And today we're going to be tackling a question that I know a lot of you have been thinking about. Cold email
Yeah.
versus cold calling.
Oh, yeah, it's the ultimate showdown.
It really is. Which one reigns supreme when it comes to generating leads?
Well, that's a question that's been debated for years and years in the sales world. And the truth is, there's not really a one-size-fits-all answer.
Right, and that's exactly why we're here today. We're not going to be crowning a champion.
Mm.
We just want to dig into the pros and cons of each approach.
Absolutely, and help you figure out which one might be the best fit for your specific needs and goals.
Exactly, because everyone's different. Everyone's business is different.
For sure, some people are just, natural-born talkers. They love picking up the phone and having that live conversation.
Yeah, absolutely.
While others might prefer the kind of, more strategic and thoughtful approach of crafting a really killer email.
Right. And let's be honest, for a lot of us, the idea of cold calling could be a little bit intimidating.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, it can be disruptive.
Mm.
You're often dealing with gatekeepers trying to get past them, and don't even get me started on the dreaded voicemail black hole.
Yes, I've been there too many times. And that's where I think cold email really shines. It's much less intrusive.
Definitely, it lets your prospects engage with your message on their own terms when they have the time.
Exactly. It's not interrupting their day like a ringing phone. It's just sitting there patiently in their inbox, waiting for them when they're ready.
Right, and that can make a big difference in how receptive they are to your message.
Absolutely.
Uh,
So speaking of reaching the right people at the right time, I'm curious about success rates. Which approach actually tends to convert better?
Well, you might be surprised to hear that cold calling actually has a pretty low success rate. It hovers somewhere around 0.3%.
Wow, that's really low. So
Yeah.
for every 100 calls you make, you're only really connecting with maybe a handful of qualified leads?
Yeah, it can be tough. I mean, people are busy, they screen their calls, and a lot of times they're just not open to unsolicited sales pitches.
Right. It's understandable, but kind of discouraging at the same time.
Yeah, for sure. Cold email, on the other hand, tends to have a much higher success rate, somewhere between 1 and 5%.
Okay, that's a big difference. So even though cold calling feels more direct, it sounds like cold email might actually be the more effective approach overall.
It often is, especially when you consider the power of personalization and targeting. With cold email, you can really take the time to craft a message that's tailored to a specific audience.
Right. And that's where a tool like Mistrika can be a total game changer.
Absolutely. Mistrika is packed with features that help you personalize your emails at scale so you can reach the right people with the right message at the right time.
Okay, so let's talk about personalization for a minute because we know it's crucial for connecting with prospects,
Mhm.
but how do we do it effectively when we're sending emails to hundreds or even thousands of people?
Well, that's where Mistrika's AI-powered personalization comes in. It can actually weave those little personal details into your emails automatically.
So we're not just talking about adding their first name at the top of the email.
No, not at all. We're talking about deeper levels of personalization, things that really resonate with their needs and interests.
Wow. So it's like having a team of virtual assistants crafting personalized messages for every single person on your list.
Exactly. And the best part is it's always learning and improving as it gathers more data about your audience and their behavior.
That's awesome. So it's like having a cold email marketing genius working for you 24/7.
Pretty much. But personalization is only one piece of the puzzle, right?
Yeah.
We also need to make sure that our emails are actually landing in the inbox and not getting lost in the spam folder.
Oh yeah, deliverability is huge. You can have the most amazing personalized email in the world, but it won't matter if no one ever sees it.
Exactly. And that's another area where Mistrika really shines.
So tell us how Mistrika helps with deliverability.
Well, it all starts with email warm-up.
Email warm-up.
Yeah, think of it like this. You wouldn't just walk onto a stage and start singing without warming up your voice first, right?
Right.
Well, it's the same thing with your email address. You need to warm it up before you start sending a bunch of cold emails.
So email warm-up is basically just preparing our email address for the big performance.
Exactly. And Mistrika has a built-in warm-up feature that makes this process super easy. It basically mimics human email behavior, gradually increasing your sending volume over time to build a good reputation with email providers.
Oh, okay. So it's like we're building up street cred with the email gatekeepers so they trust us and deliver our messages to the inbox. That's a huge relief. It sounds like Mistrika really takes care of the heavy lifting when it comes to deliverability, which frees us up to focus on the fun stuff, like creating awesome content.
Exactly. And speaking of content, Mistrika has some amazing features that can help you write more engaging and effective cold emails.
Okay, I'm all ears. Tell me more about these content features.
Well, for starters, Mistrika has this really cool feature called spin tags.
Spin tags? That sounds interesting. How does that work?
So imagine you have a sentence in your email that you want to personalize for each recipient with spin tags. You can create multiple versions of that sentence, and Mistrika will randomly choose one for each email it sends.
Oh, wow. So it's like having a magic spinning wheel that creates unique content for every email.
Pretty much, it's super simple, and it helps each email look more unique and personalized, which is really important for avoiding spam filters and keeping your recipients engaged.
That's brilliant. I love how Mistrika finds ways to automate these tasks that would normally take hours of manual effort.
It's all about saving you time and energy so you can focus on the big picture.
Absolutely. And speaking of big picture, we can't forget about tracking and measuring our results.
Yeah.
We need to know what's working and what's not, so we can constantly improve our campaigns.
Definitely. And Mistrika gives you detailed analytics on every aspect of your cold email performance, from open and click-through rates to reply rates and conversions.
So we can really see what's resonating with our audience and use that data to optimize our campaigns.
Exactly. It's like having a cold email scientist on your team constantly experimenting and analyzing data to help you get the best possible results.
This is starting to sound very impressive.
And we've only just scratched the surface. There's so much more to explore. With Mistrika, are you ready to dive deeper into the world of bounce management Unibox and do you mail?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's keep this Mistrika exploration going. I'm eager to learn how these features can help us streamline our workflow and really take our cold email game to the next level.
Great, then let's dive in. All right, so let's talk about bounce management because bounces can be a real pain in the world of cold email.
Oh yeah, bounces are like those pesky weeds that just keep popping up in your email garden no matter how hard you try to get rid of them.
Exactly. And just like weeds, bounces can actually harm your sender reputation and prevent your messages from reaching the inbox.
So what exactly causes bounces? Is it just bad email addresses?
Well, it can be bad email addresses, typos or fake accounts, but it can also be things like the mailbox being full or the recipient's email provider blocking your messages.
Oh, okay. So it's kind of like sending a letter to the wrong address or trying to stuff a package into an overflowing mailbox.
Exactly. And just like you don't want your physical mail ending up in the wrong hands, you don't want your emails bouncing around the internet either.
Right, because it not only wastes our time and effort, but it can also hurt our sender reputation with email providers.
Absolutely. Email providers keep track of bounce rates, and if yours is too high, they might start flagging your messages as spam.
And that's like the kiss of death for a cold email campaign.
Pretty much so.
Yeah.
How does Mistrika help us avoid these bounce-related disasters?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
Well, Mistrika actually integrates seamlessly with a tool called Filter Bounce.
Filter bounce. I haven't heard of that one. Tell me more.
So Filter Bounce is an email verification tool that helps you verify email addresses before you even start your campaign.
Oh, so it's like having a detective who investigates every email address on our list and makes sure they're legit.
Exactly. It uses advanced algorithms to check the validity of email addresses and catch things like typos, fake accounts, and other potential bounce-causing issues.
So by using Filter Bounce together with Mistrika, we're basically creating a double layer of protection against bounces.
Precisely, you're making sure that your email list is as clean and accurate as possible, which is essential for maximizing deliverability and minimizing those annoying bounces.
That's incredible. It sounds like Mistrika really has thought of everything when it comes to making cold email marketing easier and more effective.
It's all about creating a seamless and efficient workflow so you can focus on what matters most, connecting with your target audience.
And speaking of streamlining workflows, I've heard whispers about this magical thing called Mistrika's Unibox. Fill me in.
Unibox.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a game changer for anyone who's managing multiple cold email campaigns or working with a team.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Paint me a picture.
So imagine you have multiple email accounts, each with its own inbox, and set of folders managing all those responses and keeping track of conversations can get pretty overwhelming, right?
Oh yeah, it's like trying to juggle a dozen tennis balls while riding a unicycle.
Exactly. And that's where Unibox comes in. It consolidates all your cold email accounts and inboxes into a single unified interface.
So it's like having a universal remote control for all of our cold email accounts.
Precisely. You can see all your messages, responses, and conversations in one place, which makes it super easy to stay organized and on top of things.
No more jumping between different inboxes or struggling to remember which conversation happened in which account.
Exactly. Unibox simplifies everything and frees up your mental bandwidth so you can focus on building relationships with your prospects.
And I bet it's a dream for teams, too.
Absolutely. Unibox lets you collaborate with your team members, assign tasks, share notes, and track the progress of your campaigns all in one central location.
So it's not just a unified inbox. It's like a full-blown cold email command center for teams.
You got it. Unibox empowers teams to work together seamlessly, improving communication efficiency and overall results.
This is all sounding pretty amazing. It seems like Mistrika has really thought of everything when it comes to making cold email marketing not only easier, but also more successful.
They've definitely put a lot of effort into creating a platform that's both powerful and user-friendly.
So we've covered bounce management and Univox. What other Mistrika gems are you ready to reveal?
All right, let's talk about Do You Mail. It's an email service provider that's specifically designed for cold email marketing, and it integrates perfectly with Mistrika.
Do you mail? I'm all ears. Tell me why it's so special for cold emailers.
Well, for one thing, you get unlimited email IDs over unlimited domains, which is huge for scaling your campaigns.
Okay, that sounds promising.
And on top of that, you get rock-solid deliverability rates, private dedicated IPs, and all of that at a really affordable price.
Wow, that sounds like the perfect combination for cold email success.
It really is. Do You Mail understands the unique challenges of cold outreach, and they've built their platform to help you overcome those challenges and get the best possible results.
So it's not just your average run-of-the-mill email provider. It's specifically designed for cold email marketing.
Exactly. And that's why it works so well with Mistrika. Together, they form a powerful duo that can streamline your workflow, maximize your deliverability, and help you turn those cold emails into hot business deals.
This is all starting to sound very tempting. I'm definitely going to have to check out Mistrika and Do You Mail for myself.
I highly recommend it. You won't be disappointed.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about the technical features of Mistrika, but I'm curious about the human element of cold email. How do we make sure our emails feel personal and authentic, even when we're using automation tools?
That's a great question, and it's something that's really important to keep in mind, even with the most advanced technology. At the end of the day, the success of your cold email campaigns depends on your ability to connect with your audience on a human level.
So it's not just about sending the right emails. It's about sending emails that feel right to the recipient.
Exactly. You want your emails to feel like they're coming from a real person who genuinely cares about helping them, not some faceless corporation.
Right. We want to be helpful, informative, and engaging, not just another piece of spam cluttering up their inbox.
Exactly. And Mistrika can actually help you with this by providing detailed analytics that show you how your audience is interacting with your emails.
So we can use that data to see what's resonating with them, what's not, and adjust our approach accordingly.
Exactly. It's all about using data to inform your creative decisions and make sure that your messages are hitting the mark.
It really sounds like Mistrika is the ultimate cold email marketing tool. It helps us automate our campaigns, personalize our messages, track our results, and even understand our audience better.
It's a comprehensive platform that can take your cold email game to a whole new level.
Well, I think we've covered a lot of ground today. Any final thoughts you want to leave our listeners with?
If you're ready to take your cold email strategy from lukewarm to red hot, I highly encourage you to check out Mistrika and Do You Mail.
Those are some wise words. Don't just dream about success. Take action and try it out for yourself.
And remember, we're here to help you every step of the way.
Exactly. We're a community of cold email enthusiasts, and we're all in this together.
So until next time, happy emailing and happy closing.
Okay, so we've spent this whole deep dive really exploring the ins and outs of cold email marketing.
We've looked at how it compares to traditional cold calling.
And how it can be a super effective way to reach potential customers.
Yeah, especially when you're using the right tools and strategies.
Absolutely. And speaking of tools, we did a deep dive into the awesomeness of Mistrika.
Yeah, Mistrika really is a game changer for anyone who's serious about cold email.
I mean, it helps you personalize your messages, optimize your deliverability, automate your campaigns.
You can even track your results and get super detailed analytics.
It's pretty incredible. And then, of course, we talked about the importance of choosing the right email service provider.
Yeah, because that can make a huge difference in your deliverability rates.
And Do You Mail really stood out as a top choice for cold emailers.
They're really focused on helping you succeed with cold email, and they've built their platform specifically for that purpose.
So it's been a jam-packed deep dive filled with tons of valuable information and actionable strategies.
Hopefully you're feeling inspired and ready to take your cold outreach to the next
I
level.
know, I am. I'm ready to fire up Mistrika and start crafting some killer cold emails.
That's the spirit. And remember, the key to success in cold email is to always be learning, testing, and refining your approach.
Absolutely. It's a journey of continuous improvement, and Mistrika is the perfect companion for that journey.
So if you're ready to transform your cold email strategy from, lukewarm to red hot,
Got to get those emails piping hot.
exactly. Head over to Mistrika's website and sign up for a free trial.
You won't regret it. It's the best way to really experience the power of Mistrika firsthand and see how it can help you reach your goals.
And don't forget, we're here to support you every step of the way.
That's right. We're all in this together.
So until next time, happy emailing.
And happy closing.